crazy?
Kind of, yeah, pretty much.
It's just excellent marketing and branding.
Yep, we should have him on the show because
Oh yeah, I'm
how
sure
do you sell crappy chocolate bars to millions and millions of kids? That's the question. We need the answer.
What does he have? 100 million subscribers? But that's just his main
he's only
channel.
Number one.
I don't know if you saw on YouTube, everyone's freaking out. Oh, he's got 100 million subscribers and he's making a big deal out of it, which obviously it is a big deal, I guess, if you're a YouTuber. But that's just his main English channel. He has all these other sub channels like Mr. Beast Reacts, Beast Philanthropy, different languages where they take the videos and they dub them over. And like his combined reach is like way beyond that. So
wow,
it's crazy.
Wow. We should have him on the show. It'll help FunnelFlow blow up.
And it's kind of cool if you go to his channel and you go to all videos and then you do like oldest one first, you can see his like original stuff, how he was just a snotty kid making funny videos and he was just consistent over time, and 10 years later he's the next big thing. So
that overnight success that we like to pretend is an overnight success.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my 10-year overnight success too.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It happens slowly and then suddenly, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ever feel that way?
Hang in. We have to hang in.
Some of us take 20 years.
Look at me. I've taken a lot longer than that.
Neil, you are muted.
Some much longer.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hi, Afra. Good morning.
Afra.
How's everyone?
Our favorite copywriter.
Yeah.
Are you caffeinated, Afra?
No, I'm going to be.
Okay. All right. Shake the,
Okay.
Right,
I'll be right
Jumping
back.
jack. Do some jumping jacks.
Okay.
Get the heart rate. Get the heart rate.
Yeah, that's good. Is everyone stretched out this morning?
Yeah,
Nope.
I started to, and then
Yeah.
I got my new mug from my favorite master potter.
nice.
that's cool.
I'm still waiting for my mug.
That's cool.
My mug's still waiting for my mug.
My
I'm just
mother.
I'm just getting a feeling of Tony Robbins' call. The moment Caleb did this.
He's all
Like-
Fun for everyone.
When he claps, his hands don't like come together normally. It's like wow, wow, wow.
He's got those extra long. It's an extra long hand.
He has
Clapping.
baseball gloves that were surgically attached to his arms. Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Well, let's get everyone's energy level up. Let's get excited about the week. All right.
Thank you.
30 seconds. What are you working for this week? Showtime. What are you expecting for something good to happen?
Okay. For me right now, I'm learning a no-code tool called FunnelFlow. It's a very futuristic tool where it is like you guys heard about FunnelFlow?
Sounds familiar. But
Okay, so what happens is when anybody designs something on Figma, like a wireframe of a website, then this big huge companies, they do all the coding and they develop the website. Okay, and they charge exorbitant money for developing the website. Okay, so now there's something coming up. It's called Webflow. It's a tool where a person can directly visually do designing and the code automatically generates side by side, So
wow.
a person who knows design, he becomes like a web developer as well, So it's like visually you are designing something and a clean code is generated. So you don't need coders and all that, So now people will say like, oh, you know what, the gurus say that websites don't have conversion rate. But here we are looking at something like a CRO, conversion rate optimized website. So technically it is a funnel, but we are trying to put in the minds of people that it's like a CRO designer, conversion rate optimized designer. I'm a CRO designer. Wow. So yeah, I'm working on that right now. So the learning curve is very steep. I mean, I'm having a lot of challenges, CSS, HTML.
I believe in you, Showtime.
Yeah.
You're a smart young man. You can do it.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited. Yeah. We're excited for you. You can design us some really fancy websites when you figure that out. Okay.
Yeah. Surely.
Okay, Afra, what are you excited for this week?
So much.
What are you believing for?
I have so much going on. You set up the funnel for me, and I plugged in all my copy. I think my lead magnet is in a really good place, but maybe you can take another look at it. I'm hoping that by the end of this week, I'll have everything ready, like the videos and most of the copy. So I'm excited. I woke up like 20 minutes ago, so I'm just waking up.
You're still in
We're
the dream.
glad
I was
you're
up all
here,
night
so-
working,
Hey, we're glad to be in your dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so yeah, I
up,
was up
Afra.
all night working. So.
Nice one, Steve.
Yeah, like this.
Scott, you.
I'm launching a 3-month mastermind group and actually getting it done this week.
Oh, nice.
Yes, good.
When you say
That's
getting
right.
it done, how do you articulate that? I mean, what does that mean to you?
Well, I guess that what that means is I actually have a date. Well, I'm honing in on it. It's really, really close. Getting the members committed, putting it on their calendar, basically closing out the group saying, hey, the group is formed. We're in business. We're going.
Good job. Awesome.
Yeah.
And are you going to be driving a gold-plated car soon once that's all up and going?
Oh, give me a few rounds of that.
Okay.
My I formed another good goal, which is by the end of this year, I will have a outsourced sales team inspired by our speaker last week.
Yes.
And Steve, he said he's talking to you later today. And also, I wanted to give a testimonial for him at some point. It was awesome. Met with him on Monday.
That was Corey Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey
He's
Jackson.
awesome.
The Hemon media buying group, they are the guys who buy ads for ClickFunnels. So this tiny little shallow pond of digital marketing, and we're fishing in it. We're getting all the good ones. So that's great.
And he said
Awesome.
he'll be back next Wednesday to bless our group some more.
That's
Yes.
great. All right. So
Yes.
bring your questions for our high ticket closer. Mr. Neal, it's good to see you. What have give us a 30-second update and what you're working on right now?
It's good to be seen. In fact, I like to say it's good to see.
Yeah.
Well, lots of things have been happening, but for 30 seconds, what I'm excited about is I have 2 young apprentices that are wanting to learn digital marketing. I struggle with a lot of the technology, but these 2 young people are right on it. And when I offered them this position, they went for it. Most recently, I took Brendan's Launchpad Challenge. And I'm just now getting into it because 2 months ago, I had well, actually it was during the 4th of July weekends. There was 2 weeks that I had a technological crash. I had to replace my computer and my phone.
Oh man.
And so that took me a couple of weeks to get back online. And so I'm going through the paces with Brandon's challenge. And what it basically is it's an auto system for prospecting and finding new leads to put into your funnel. So I'm excited about learning that because I like automation.
That's right. Brendan has an awesome system. We launched a challenge with it. It's tedious. I'm not going to lie, but the end result is amazing because once you get it all set up, once you load that gun and you click go, it's just fires everything, fires the emails and the follow-up, and it's great. It's awesome. So nothing but mad respect for Brendan, and I'm an authorized reseller of his services. So there you go.
Cool.
All right. Steve-O.
Yes. How you guys doing? So
Good to have you back, Neil. Glad to see you're back online.
Yeah, welcome back. So as you guys know, I've been putting a lot of time helping getting back in there with Brandon at Dream Design Labs and getting that going, taking a lot of my time. But I wanted to update you on my own brand. I remembered the last thing I had to do was I was working on my hero's journey, and I had completed that. So I wanted to share that with you guys. But as I was doing that hero's journey, it really made me, go over my past and see my it's more of my marketer's hero's journey. Okay. So I was able to see that and kind of, contemplate on my career. And what I realized is that I just have to get, I kind of found the missing thing. I felt like something was holding me back. And basically it's I got to get my musicianship back involved. I might've mentioned that before, but this time it's like, that was the missing thing, because I've always trying to figure out my niche and this and that. And I realized, like, I've already developed my niche 20, 30 years ago, and I have that. So that's the biggest reason why I felt like I was having to make one up, in marketing. But in reality, it's who I was. And Coach Sandra really helped me with that. One day I was telling her my background of this and that, and she's all, that right there, music, that's your thing. And I'm like, you see right through that, like, So, so I took that to heart, Sandra. And, I had started developing something, musicianship, artistpreneurship, and personal development put together for a coaching program, which I should be a master of building coaching programs now, since I've already gone through 2 that I had to regroup over. So,
let's talk about that later.
Okay, let's talk. Yeah, we got some things to talk about. We got to finish our conversation because you left me hanging. You got to tell about all your stuff, and then came to my.
I know. I'm sorry. I was being rude.
That's all good. I'm just playing with you.
Well,
but,
Steve,
that's awesome, Steve.
We love you. We're glad you have some clarity.
Yeah.
And what you just said there of the ability to build a coaching program, I think is a huge value, because a lot of people have skills and talents and frameworks they can teach, but actually putting that into a program that they can deploy, that has specific
a pathway.
It's a pathway to results. Like that is super valuable.
Yeah,
and
I can help you with for sure.
Yeah.
One more thing, Steve just inspired me. Brandon and Lisa started another challenge. It was a superpower challenge. Find your superpower, and monetize it. Well, I discovered my own superpower. I've been doing it for decades. But every time the thought came into my mind, I go, no, I don't want to do that. That's not for me. And then while this challenge was going on, I discovered that I am a public speaker. I am a coach. I've been doing that all my life. So I don't know how that's going to play into what we're doing, but right now I'm coaching 2 apprentices. And by the way, do you guys know what apprentices are?
Yeah, it's the Donald Trump show.
No. Remember the first pirate movie? What was that called? With Johnny Depp and Orlando Bloom?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. Orlando was an apprentice to a sword maker.
Yep.
Okay. And in those days, for many millennia, if you wanted to have a craft of your own, then you would go apprentice, and the master sword maker would provide your food, your clothing, and your shelter, and you would work for him for basically free. He might give you a stipend. Here, go get something for yourself. But that's the kind of idea that I had by going out and finding apprentices. Because honestly, I live on very little. I can't pay them. So they have to want to learn this more than I want to teach them. So anyway, that was a big light bulb, above my head when I realized I was a coach, I was a public speaker, and so we're gonna weave that into our lifestyle.
That's cool. I think we all have a superpower, and I think it just takes kind of a commitment to curiosity, just to see what we're interested in, poke around, try new things and see what sticks. I didn't know I was passionate about marketing when I started business. I just thought I wanted to make some money, right? Which is a pretty carnal, low-level desire. Like, I need to make some money, right? And I don't want to work for someone else my whole life, right? That was it. That was my like little lizard brain thought. And through curiosity and investigation and kind of having an open mind and saying, maybe I don't know, it feels a little arrogant saying it, but like, I feel like I've discovered my superpower. And so it's what, I'm naturally gifted for, but it also takes, refinement, right? I think there's raw talent. And then there is kind of that idea of becoming the apprentice and then, transition to master, which takes skill, time, right? The 10,000 hours principle. And I don't know if I'm quite there yet with marketing, but I feel like I'm getting pretty close. So thanks for that thought, Neil. Sandra, I'll give you 45 seconds because everyone's concept of 30 seconds seems to be longer.
Really quick before Sandra gets going, I just want to let you know I'm going to post my Hero's Journey doc so you guys can read it in chat here.
Very good.
That's great. And Afra, I tried to download yours, but somehow it needed permission and I didn't know how I was opening it. So anyhow, yes, I've taught from last week your notes that you had that you sent. I didn't get them because I don't know how to operate very well with them getting them stuff. Anyhow, yes, this weekend was amazing for me. I decided I would go to Bancroft to the Jamboree, thinking, and then that's like an hour and a half drive, and I was kind of down and flat, and I thought, well, I'll check with Helen. No, she had company. I checked with this one. I checked with about 5 people. Nobody was available to go. So I could either choose to be a lump at home or get in the car and go for a drive myself, which I did. Turned out to be quite a switch drive because I was with a couple for 3 or 4 hours who are also channelers. And they helped me understand that, no, Sandra, because I've often felt like I'm on the outside of my family. I'm on the outside of, I was never in the in crowd kind of thing. I was never cool. And they said, no, they're on the outside of you. You've been walking your own path and discovering your own path, and you are being who you are, and they don't know what to do with you at this point. And so that they said, get out of my mind and just stay in my heart, which is where I operate from probably 90% of the time. Stay out of your mind. And what's wrong with just being? Never mind figuring out everything else, just being. And that was a huge relief for me. So that is who I am. How I do it is through my straight talk. It is compassionate. And I have completed my first 2 lessons in my classes of 6 sessions and getting them recorded. And lives are changing in there, even though it's about speak up with confidence. It's a speaking course. Lives are changing. And
of course lives are changing, Sandra.
Well, yeah, because like Neil is saying, we've got so many, and Steve, every one of us have got so many skills that we don't know. We have to do the one that turns us on that we just can't not do. I just cannot stop evaluating how things are going within a conversation. I can't. It's where my brain is. That's how I'm being. And I like to watch people transform. That's who I'm being. So whether it's my money and emotions or my speaking or my ESL, won't matter. Who I am is being. And that was huge for me. So yeah, lots of things happening. Lots of still struggles with the friggin' technology, but that'll come. And they also said with the technology, Sandra, just do your work. And when the tech is needed, it'll be looked after. So
that's good.
I have to go on trust.
Well, those darned computers, they foil us every time. Real quick, Neil. Yes.
Well, Andres is trying to get in.
I've been trying to let him in, but he
is
declining to be a panelist. So I don't know.
Oh, there.
Yeah. So if you want in, Andres, you're welcome. There you go.
Hey, Chuck, big Chuck. Oh, there's Andres.
What's up, guys?
Oh, Chuck. Andreas.
Andreas.
Mr. Declino to be panelisto. He's running.
He's X says, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him go. Look at him go.
I'm gonna stop your video. You're making me nauseous. All right. Chuck. All right. Well, give us Chuck's he's off video.
He's
All
gonna
right.
look
Well,
doggy, too.
Chuck, give us a
What the
30-second update, and then I'm gonna share a little nugget of value with you guys today that you can take to the bank. So that I've been working on. So Chuck, 30 seconds. What are you excited about this week? And what are you believing for? Something good.
I'm believing for more good clients, better relationships. I have teamed up with Andres a little bit, and we're working on a project. So super excited about that. To be working with somebody in the mastermind. So sorry I was late. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, I saw this on
always late, but worth
Instagram,
the
and I've been
wait.
doing it. Don't say sorry I'm late. Say thank you for your patience. See,
Thank you for your patience.
Ooh,
it's
wow.
like,
Very distinguished.
isn't that a little more powerful?
Yeah.
Okay, which leads me to my point. Your positioning statement, how you position yourself.
Boom.
Bam. How you position yourself is kind of what sets the stage for the business relationship. So in marketing, the main goal is to get a prospect to see how you can help them, to see what result you can deliver them, and the first question you want them to answer is, or the first answer you want them to say is like, maybe they can help me. You know, I think that they have something that I need, and so I need to investigate further. The purpose of the headline is to read the subheadline. The purpose of the subheadline is to read the first copy block, the first paragraph. The first paragraph purpose is to get them to read the second paragraph. So marketing, we're always pulling people in, all right? Because these people don't owe us anything, right? We are here to serve them. We are here to get their attention and say, I have a solution you need. I have the solution to your problem, whatever that problem is. Okay. And so the positioning statement, a positioning statement is how we can clearly communicate who we are, what we do, the results we deliver, who we do that for, the time frame we can deliver it in, and why we're better than the rest. It accomplished all of that in like a really succinct 15 seconds or less, 15 to 30 seconds. Okay. And so if you've ever met someone at a party or a get together and the question inevitably comes up, well, what do you do? And you're like, well, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, all right, see you later. Okay. The positioning statement is really tailored for those conversations. So for when people are first hearing about you, they're first starting to read your emails or see your ads or read a lead magnet or go to your website or landing page. Like this, a positioning statement needs to be kind of clearly articulated and also woven through everything you do, so that it's very clear how you can help people. Okay, it's very clear how this lead magnet that you're asking them to download is going to give them a quick result. It's very clear why they should read this email. It's very clear why they should buy your course, why they should join your program, right? Like leave nothing to interpretation, leave nothing to chance. Okay. You cannot assume that people will just kind of get what you're saying. Does that make sense? Right,
Yep,
Scott? Okay. Yep. Thanks for that thought. All right. When I was a blogger, and I had a nurse blog, what I liked to do was I would show nurses, well, it would come up in conversation. It wasn't like I was roaming around looking for people to show my blog off to, but in just through natural conversation, it would come up that I would have a blog and they would ask to see it and I would pull it open. And it was always interesting to see how people browsed my website and just see how they interacted with my stuff. And even if, and I would say, oh, well, click here, go do that. And they'd be like, what? And all of a sudden they got confused. And it was like in my head, it was a very clear direction. Okay, well, to join my newsletter, you just click here and then you put your email in, and they're like, what, where is that? And like, to see people navigate your website, it's kind of painful, because I'm like, I know that, oh, the valuable stuff they need to read is like right here. It's like, it's right up here, but they scroll right past it. Right. And they're looking for God knows what. All right. And kind of what I learned through that, seeing that over and over and over again, is that I cannot assume that people will understand and interact with the things I create the same way that I would, or I necessarily intend. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
Okay.
does.
All right. So if you are trying to communicate who you are, what you do, and who you do it for, like, we cannot assume that they'll just kind of figure that out. They'll distill that information through, unless passively, right? You have to be very clear, very articulate, because there's a million coaches out there trying to get people's attention and money. There's a million service providers in every niche trying to get those individuals money. And the first thing that people ask are, why are you better than the other individual? What can you do for me? They don't care how good you are at it. Like, what can you do for me? Right, Sandra? What's your thought on that?
Absolutely, because that's always what we're 98% in our own mind. Life is 98% about ourselves. There's no question about it. Even when I volunteer, there's a reason, because it makes me feel good, or I can see the achievement, blah, blah, blah. And so when you're talking about getting clear, I just finished 4 job shadows from the Loyalist College. I'm like a magnet right at the moment. And they are sending off, I need the job shadow. And they expect that I'm supposed to jump in and say, oh, yes, come and take a few hours of my time and job shadow. And I've been correcting them as they go. So it's kind of like you're apprenticing. But yeah, we have to get clear, and we can't judge whose brain we're in. So that's, I guess, where the beta testing comes in. Send it to us and let us say, I didn't get it. I'm a real good example of, if you want me ever to look at one of your websites, just come on and screen share and let me try and navigate around in it.
Yeah.
You'll find what's wrong in my brain, or that's not aligning with whatever you thought was in your brain. And you'd want to do that with different age brackets, I think, so you've got Neil and I both here as the old farts, and the some middle-aged people, and then you want some young people. So you would test it out.
Are you saying I'm middle-aged because I just turned 38?
Yep.
I don't even want to talk about it. So. All right. So what I've been working on this week is my lead magnet. I've been helping a lot of clients with their lead magnet. And my lead magnet was always kind of lazily this mastermind, which is good. I mean, I think there's obviously a lot of value here. People keep showing up, even though I try and push them away. But for whatever reason, it is a higher level commitment for people to come to a live meeting, right? There's like a vulnerability to it, which I get it. All right. So what am I doing? I'm layering just some easy to consume information before I actually get them into a live call. Right. Russell Brunson talks about funnel stacking, and he teaches an opt-in is the first. So you want just like a squeeze page, just a general lead magnet where you just capture their information and you get them on their list. The second step, the second funnel that they flow into, FunnelFlow, hence the name, is the presentation funnel, where you show them a live presentation and you can make an offer. Okay. The FunnelFlow Mastermind stands as a weekly presentation or demonstration of skill. I mean, it is meant to deliver value, but in terms of my business, it is meant to show skill and content mastery in the hopes that people hire me, which they have.
You're saying there's a flow and then a funnel and a funnel and a funnel, that we're doing individual funnels within.
Multiple funnels?
Yeah. So
the big funnel is made up of little funnels to go through the steps.
Think of it like a customer journey. Okay. Like when you're driving to Ottawa or wherever people drive to in Canada, right? You stop at places along the way and you get maple syrup and you get gas and you get some pancakes, whatever you guys do up in Canada. All right. And so the same way customers have a journey, all right. So the main difference between funnels and websites, a website, it's all there, right? The whole customer journey is just on the screen and they can figure it out. But the thing is, with funnels, you're holding the hand and you're saying, no, don't worry about all that. Yeah, I eventually want $100,000 from you, but like, we're not even talking about that. Just download this free lead magnet, right? And so it's that stepwise journey that leads them through your products and services and how you can serve them the best. Okay, so you start with a lead magnet or a squeeze page or a low ticket offer. And really the point of that is just to grab their information and deliver your positioning statement. This is how I can help you. This is how I can do it. And this is what I'm showing here in the workbook. And then from there, you want to make a presentation, right? Because sales are usually done through some sort of live interaction, whether it's a one-to-many, like a webinar, or it's a one-on-one sales call, or it's a consultation or whatever, right? To get them, to serve them at that next level, usually a more expensive offering, you have to have some sort of conversation. Okay, so that's the presentation. And then for the people who rise to the top and who want to take you up on your most expensive service offerings, well, that's where they have to apply to work with you, because you can't serve everyone. So we have a lead magnet presentation or I should say lead capture, presentation, and then an application. So those are the three absolute essential minimal funnels for any middle to high ticket coach or service provider that wants to use funnels. That was a side note. Okay, so here we are, we're trying to capture leads, but it is a waste of time to capture leads unless we can clearly articulate what we can do for them. Right, Showtime? I read your lips. They said yes. We'll move on.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, great. All right. So I've been working on my lead magnet, working on it with Afra and Nitish. We've been doing this for other clients. And instead of just creating a little PDF that they're not going to read, what I've been doing instead is making little workbooks that forces them to interact with the content. It forces them to reflect. It forces them to consume the information so that they can really see how I can help them. Okay, because the idea is once they get through this initial offering I want the realization to be, oh my gosh, I don't know how I've lived without Caleb in FunnelFlow marketing. All right, I need their help. They can obviously help me. Okay, and that's
I really like that you're forcing them to reflect on each step.
Right, because the biggest problem in marketing is just getting people to consume your information.
Yep.
Right? They say it takes 11 or 12 or 15, or I don't even know what the number is anymore, touches for people to become a customer. And that's just because we're such goldfish brains that we're like, ooh, look at that. Look at that shiny object. Look at that squirrel. Wow, a butterfly. Like, we are just so scatterbrained, and also we're obsessed with ourselves. So we're like thinking about the dishes we have to do. We have to pick up our kids, and our wife's mad at us again. All right. All that stuff is going through our brain, and we need to like break through that and just get them to reflect. That's really what I'm trying to say in a lot of words. Like, we are trying to get our prospect to reflect on their situation and to present to them clearly that we can help them. Okay. And so the lead magnets I'm creating are really focused on that, getting them to reflect, realize that they have a problem, and that I am offering some real solutions to take them to the next step. Okay. So my MVM workbook, I'm talking about my hedgehog concept, as Scott calls it. So this is my minimal viable marketing flywheel. I'm not going to go into the whole spiel about it. You've probably heard it before, but basically, in a nutshell, it is the minimal system, not a fancy trick, not a TikTok hack, not a stupid bot to get leads off Facebook. It is a system that is a timeless system, regardless of platform, that you can use to acquire clients and build a business. Okay, it works offline, it works online. All right, so I'm trying to get them to understand this concept, because my offer, they need to understand the concept, realize that they don't have this built into their business, because my offer is, hey, be part of the mastermind, be part of my group program I'm launching, and we're going to build this out together. Okay. Now, they're not going to want this system until they understand what it is and realize they don't have it. Okay. So whatever your framework is, whatever method that you use to deliver results to your clients, really the point of the lead magnet is to get them to understand exactly what is the system that you are going to apply to them. Whether you do that in a one-on-one group, it doesn't matter how you deliver it. What is the system that you have created that you are going to lead them through that is ultimately going to get them a predictable result?
Hero to hero.
So the lead magnet, the initial parts of your marketing it's solely focused on getting them to understand your framework, how you deliver results. Okay. So part of my framework, I realized, is getting the service provider crystal clear on who they serve and how they deliver results. Okay. Now, I've done this kind of sloppily and lazily, but what I've focused on the last few days, because I'm trying to get this document ready for launch, is really hone it in. So it's like there's no ambiguity, right? So here's the cool thing, right? I'm going to drop the link in here for this document, and it's rough. It's like 95% done. Okay. So you can still use this today, but just know that you'll get the finished product here very soon. So don't get anxious right now. Don't try and take notes. So I'm going to give you the link to this and you can copy it. And so you can start using it because it's actually really powerful. And I was kind of surprised. I'm like, oh, that's pretty. I like that. Okay. All right. So part of the MVM flywheel is, or the first part, the most important part, is understanding who you serve and how you serve them. Okay. So we have a little intro, discovering your superpower, nailing down your dream client. I swiped some of this from Brandon and the Dream Design Labs team, and some of it was Russell Brunson. I'm just Frankensteining all this learning and all this stuff I've been acquiring into like one super succinct.
Probably a better choice of words is amalgamation. In other words, you're mixing a bunch of metals together to make one super metal.
Yes, this is the super metal marketing lead magnet. Okay, so what you're going to do, you'll have a read-only copy of this. Just make a copy and then you can fill in. Okay, so you're going to just find a few links to your top competitors. This could be another coach. This could be another SEO firm, could be another copywriter, and just put a few links in there and just kind of like browse through them and think, okay, they're kind of similar to me, but how are they different? How are we the same? And just kind of like reflect on that a little bit. Okay, so list things that make you stand out. How are you different, or better suited to deliver results? Or, I mean, this is kind of subjective. This is your own opinion. What makes you stand out? Okay. And then think what 3 specific skills or attributes that you've developed that make you successful at what you do. So that's how you've learned or earned, or how you're naturally inclined to do what you do. Okay. Real quick, Afra, what makes you good at copy?
No, I know this. When I write copy, I kind of get crystal clear on who my client is, and then write persuasive copy that reaches them emotionally and intellectually, by focusing on their pain and giving them a solution.
Great. All right. So I would put that into, maybe kind of break that bigger concept into 3 bullet points, or just like summarize it. So, yeah. So how would you summarize that?
Gosh.
You know what? Let's not workshop it. I just want to get through it. But that's kind of the idea of this worksheet. All right. So just like what Afra did, like, why are you good at it? And don't be humble. Like, why are you good at it? I don't know. God made these hands and they're just good at it. Right. I'm on a mission from God to make funnels. So I just own it and move on. Okay. Creating persona of your ideal client. So think through, what are your ideal clients' 3 biggest pain points? So we were working through this with Afra. Like what are your what is a digital agency's pain points? Like, well, you know, a lot of copywriters, English as a second language. Sorry, Showtime, but you know, it's that comes out in the copy, right? Or they're super expensive, right? They want $10,000 for a sales letter, and like, come on, that's crazy, all right? Not every copywriter needs to charge that much. Or 3, the copy is not, it's not written for the avatar. It's just like boilerplate, right? And so it doesn't hit home, right? So think through the biggest pain points, okay? Biggest desires, and then what after they've worked with you or you've delivered the service, what does your ideal client's life look like, right? So this is after you've delivered the result, right? So Coach Sandra, 15 seconds. What does your client's life look like after you've solved their problem, after they've worked with you?
Alrighty. I am speak up, show up, stand up. And once they work with me, they get to find their voice, their confidence, and understand that they're worthy of everything that's out there in the world. There's no lack of worth with any of us. We just need to shine where we are.
So they're breathing fire. They're standing 10 feet tall. And they see themselves as God sees them, right? Unique, beautiful, gifted, creative. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
All right. So, wow, what a result. Okay. So now I'm understanding how Sandra can help me. All right. All right. So now just get into a little bit of the who, right? Who are these people? Where are they? Okay. Income, relationship, family, hobbies, recreational. Okay. Now here's a cool thing. You're actually you write down just real high level, like what's your offer? Okay, well, it's the Coach Sandra 8-week mastermind. And at the end of it, they're going to be done. You don't have to get into too much detail. We do that in the group, in the coaching program. Now, the purpose of the lead magnet is not to, it's useful, but incomplete, right? So you're not trying to give them your whole coaching program or your whole service delivery. You're just trying to illuminate the gap that they need. They need your help, right? I'm still learning how to articulate that, right? So you're highlighting the gap that they have, and your offer is the bridge, right? To take them across that gap. There you go. So what's your initial offer? What does your client look like after they bought your offer and results have been delivered? So that's kind of similar to up above. And then what's your secondary offer? So what's a secondary offer? It's this, so you have the idea of the painkiller offer and then the continuity offer. So the painkiller offer, you break your ankle or you shatter your leg and you go to the hospital. They're not going to like whisk you away to surgery most of the time. Instead, they're going to put you in a splint or in a cast and give you some pain meds and send you home. All right. They're going to let the situation cool off. They're going to just, they're going to triage the situation, give you initial treatment, but then bring you back for follow-up and for that long-term rehabilitation, right? So then they'll come back, they'll schedule the surgery, and then you'll have the physical therapy, and then you'll have the occupational therapy, and right? So the idea is you want to get them a quick result with your painkiller offer, that initial offering. So maybe that's like a time shortened thing, 8-week, 12-week mastermind, or a 3-week intensive where you're going to be working with them every single day or every other day, right? But nobody can maintain that level of commitment unless they're your super fan. And then you kind of roll them into a continuity program, right? So the idea there, and Corey talks about this, lead with the high to middle ticket. And then once they get through that, then you kick them into your continuity plan, right? So deliver those results fast, put the cast on the situation, give them some crutches. All right. They're better off than they were, but they're not fixed 100%. And then you roll them into your secondary offer. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so just articulating what's your secondary offer that they need to maintain results. This is your service plan, your membership, follow-up package, etc. All right. So you take all these things, all right, and then you just fill in the blanks. And here's where the magic happens. Okay.
Look at that. Nice.
Yeah. So I'll just read this. hopefully by this point, you've taken the time to identify your dream client and the result that you will deliver to them. In addition, you've listed why your products and services are superior to your competition. Now it's time to tie it all together with your winning positioning statement. This statement can be used in written, audio, or video form to clearly communicate your prospects and lead who you are, what you do, and why they should choose you over the competition. Modify your answers to make them, see, I told you, I'm still working on this. Make them plural. Make the answers plural if you are speaking on behalf of your company as opposed to being a solo operator. Okay. Now, so I help insert ideal clientele. So that's where you just pull from up above. Who struggle with insert biggest pain point. All right. So you see that we are just pulling from the answers that we've kind of put into the worksheet. And then here is an example. All right. So Will's window washer service from Boca Raton, Florida, right? Why was a window washer on my mind? Well, I've been DMing this guy on Facebook who is a window washer and needs help with his marketing. So it was top of mind and I just went with it. Okay.
Nice. Go for
His
it.
name is not Will, but you get the idea. Okay. We help. So all the answers and all the things in red would be answers from the worksheet. We help homeowners with expansive, beautiful homes in Boca Raton, Florida, who struggle keeping their windows clean, enjoy crystal clear views out of their spotless inside and out windows. We accomplish this in less than 1 day through our rapid refresh, in-depth window cleaning treatment. So that's our initial offering. Unlike our competitor,
I think needs a hyphen.
What?
In depth, I think needs a hyphen. In depth.
It's there.
I just became a millionaire.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
With our rapid
That's a
refresh,
different meaning. Sorry.
in-depth window cleaning treatment. Unlike our competitors, so we're throwing rocks at our competitors, why they should choose us. We use only non-toxic cleaning chemicals that are safe for your family and pets. Our team prides itself on our punctuality and professionalism that helps us deliver award-winning service 100% of the time. We love building lifelong relationships with our clients, helping them avoid ever having a dirty window again with our signature Sparkle service. So that's our continuity program made possible by our friendly uniform staff.
Wow.
So we've gone from a run-of-the-mill service provider, I wash windows, to a highly specialized solution delivery service that our ideal clients can't wait to hire. So if you had a nice home in Boca Raton, Florida, and it is a beautiful area, mind you, it's right on the water. There's a ton of money there, right? Would you want, like, you know, Bill's window washer, Bill's squeegee service to come to your house, you know, with the dirty, you know, old Nissan truck and, you know, some dirty rags? Or would you want Will's window washer service and his rapid refresh in-depth window cleaning treatment? What would you prefer?
The snappy one.
Okay. All right. So when I talk about understanding your ideal client and how you can serve them, this is the level of clarity I'm talking about. All right. So go through this and just fill it out. And then you'll kind of be amazed at what comes out the other end. Okay. So now, just kind of giving you a highlight of the rest of it. So like, now that you understand who you are, what you do, and you guys already know this, but it's just putting it into words, right? We can talk when we're publishing to get our prospects' attention, right? We're just talking about these different things that we've identified, client's pain point or desire, right? So, you know, pain point of a rich homeowner in Boca Raton, Florida, you know, dirty windows, right? You know, at the neighborhood cocktail parties, like they don't want to have the nasty, home on the street, right? Everyone is keeping up appearances, right? So the idea of having an unkept house is probably not appealing to them, all right? And so what could you do on social media? You could just do a demonstration of actually cleaning windows and show them how, you know, demonstrate mastery, right? And so, hey, never have a dirty window again. And let me show you how I actually wash a window. And like simple repetitive stuff like that is actually kind of fun to watch on social media, right? You know, people making donuts or washing windows, or, you know, in fact, I watch a lot of Indian street food videos.
That's fun. I love that. Yes.
Yeah, they're like, and they're dancing and they're like pouring the yogurt, and it's very exciting. And to them, they're just making lunch. And I'm like, wow, look at that. Okay. And so anyway, I'm kind of getting off on a tangent, but that's how this worksheet works.
Love it.
And let me drop the link in here for you.
Yes.
And just know that you will get the finished version here soon. All right. So $1 million positioning statement. This is what we talked about today.
It's not in the chat though.
I'm
Put
trying
it
to
in.
find the bubble.
Oh,
There we
okay.
Hit more. No.
There you go.
Yeah, I love it, Caleb.
Oh, that's beautiful. I mean,
All right, what's your
from
thoughts?
that workbook, you are able to do your masterminds right from that as well without doing the finished product. I say from that workbook, I guess that, I don't know if you're giving them that as an ebook lead magnet by itself, but there's enough questions in there for your mastermind to be that workbook. Once they sign up for the mastermind, then they would get the workbook and you would work through the entirety of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Or pieces
I'm gonna
of it.
use it in a lot of places, because the
Yeah,
sooner
beautiful.
people understand the MVM flywheel, and then that's what we talk about in the so we talk about the MVM flywheel in the mastermind, but we actually build it in the group programs, which I want
Yes.
people to buy into.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, okay, right. So the purpose of Wednesday morning is just community, networking, and also just inspiration. Like, oh, okay, like having Corey on and people like that who can kind of inspire us to level up. But then the people that invest in my programs, we're actually going to build this out together, arm in arm.
Yeah,
So
beautiful.
what are some takeaways real quick, and then we're about out of time.
Yeah, Caleb, I see it developing more and more and more, getting more precise for you. This is definitely a big step, an improvement, because keying in on that niche, which was probably my personal biggest pain point. I've spent, when we read my hero's journey, you're going to see since 2016, I've learned everything else except figuring out my exact niche. And that's one thing that held up the whole enchilada. But so you're hitting it on the head right here, like perfectly going straight for it. And if you could help someone do that first, then the rest is just going to fall like butter and it's going to flow. So it's just like FunnelFlow, Mastermind.
Flow. Right.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Did you get enough testimonials, by the way, Caleb? I put a brief one in the WhatsApp, and Afra did a beautiful one.
Yes, it's been great. Yeah, if you can drop a testimonial, send it to me in any form you want. Much appreciated, because I'll be using these on my application and sales page when I'm luring people into my trap.
Bring it on, mousetrap. Bring it on.
Chuck, what's your takeaway? Seahawks.
By getting crystal clear on your end user or your ideal client, it's going to make the rest of the process easier, and you're going to be able to relate to that individual, and they'll be like, oh man, like they're going to fix my problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. Yeah, showtime.
I really like the way the whole worksheet is all about clarity, So clarity is very powerful. I mean, we know all this in our mind, but when you actually have these worksheets, it becomes more crystal clear to you, So very amazing worksheet put out by you. Kudos to you.
Yep.
Thank you. Afra, we'll give you the last word, and then I'll see you guys in an hour if you can make our workshop call.
I really love the PDF and how you laid it out. It reminds me of Alex Catoni, who's a copywriter, and her PDFs are so freaking powerful, and they go through like, I am, insert, whatever you do, and then, I solve this problem. So it's just so, like, it makes it really crystal clear on what you do and what you deliver. So I really like that you did that on your PDF. So I think it's going to be really powerful.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much, Neil. Good to see you again. If you can make it for a workshop call in an hour. Yeah, 8:30.
What, 8:30? Okay, I don't know. I always forget the second one.
Yeah, let me double check. Yeah, 8:30 to 10. Jump in for as little or as long as you'd like, and we're actually going to be building our funnels and implementing and all that stuff. Showtime, come drop in sometime. Do you have the invite?
Yeah, I think I have. I get the emails.
Okay.
Yeah, because
All
the
right.
link
Well,
is
don't be
different.
too busy for us, Showtime. You can come back, okay?
Yeah.
Caleb, do you have like 5 minutes top? Like just 5 minutes of your time?
Oh, always.
Okay. We can like get off the call and then
Just
come
call me.
back. Okay, all right.
I'm gonna
All
call you later today too, Caleb.
Yeah,
Bye,
everyone
everyone.
call me.
We'll call you later, Caleb.
We call you names all the time.
You will, Andreas. Andreas is a caller. I like that. I like that. Take out the formality. Yeah, book meetings. That's all that's good, but you can call me.